Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's the last day of March today, and so it's time to give an overview of the pictures that I've colored in the past month. It's a bit less than in February, but I'm still happy with the amount that I was able to do. And so I will start straight off with a book that I didn't that I wanted super bad, but then I didn't color in it. But now I have done one, I think. I don't think I did something small. No, I only did this one. So it's the Million Unicorns by Lulu Mayo or Mayo. And I've colored in this page. And as you can see, it's not super obvious, but I did some metallic paint on the tentacles of the jellyfish. And the base of the jellyfish was, I believe, ink tints, but I had to shade with pencil on top because the paper quality was really awful. It's visible. This is the back of my page, and the blue that I've used is ink. So just I can't think of the name, the oxide inks, the distress oxide ink. So I've sprayed some water, and normally in most of my books I don't have any trouble, but here it just went straight through. And also the ink tense is very, it went through. So I'm not super happy with the paper quality of this book, but yeah, it's a lesson learned. So I know now that I have to be careful for my paper, and I will try to make more pastel backgrounds or something. So I'm going to lift it a little bit up because I did some stickles on the unicorn. Because it's a unicorn book, he could look a bit different from his friends. And the panda bear has glitter on his body, and that was I always forget the brand name. It's this one. It's like a Wink of Stella, but it's by Spectrum Noir clear glitter pen. So that's on the panda's body. So that was a very small one to start the month with. So fairly happy with it, but it was a bit of a mess when I started the background, so yeah. The second one, I think I was working on this page in February, but can't remember exactly, but I think I was. And it was a page with a lot of flowers, and so it took a lot of time to finish it. And it's a fairly simple page, nothing super special, except all the flowers have glitter inside. But other than that, her hat has a bit of stickles as well. The border, I'm trying to show, but will it be visible? A little bit. So it's very plain, neutral, although the colors of the flowers are quite poppy, but other than that, and I decided sorry for the bump. I don't know if she was carrying apples, but considering she has a chicken on her head, I thought it will be eggs, so I colored them in as eggs. And yeah, but I'm not coloring any sunflowers anytime soon now. It was a bit enough after this page, but happy that I did another one in Fauna and Flora. Then I've grabbed a Coloring Heaven book, also an untouched copy, and I decided to work on this page. So, and I'm very happy with how she how she turned out. The background was done with very simple touches of the Derwent graphite pencils, and her dress is also watercolor pencils, but I think it's Albrecht Dürer, not sure, it could be the Supra colors as well. Yeah, and I really wanted to give her something special, and so I went with pink hair with a bit of purple mixed in it. And on the leaves it's metallic paint, you can see it quite well as I'm holding it like this. And in between the branches and around the butterflies, I did stickles. Just I did put a bit of stickles on the page and then dabbled it with the tip of my finger, and it gives it a fairy tale look, a dreamy look. And I also used some stickles on her eyelids and around her eye a bit, and some glossy accents on her lips. So it's a magical page, also because of around the butterflies there's another color of stickle used. So I'm really fond of this one. It's very, yeah, also not too busy and very calm, a calm page, not too much detail, and yeah, I really like how it turned out. And the paper is just so fantastic. You can hear the crackle, but other than that, yeah, of course. Oh, I've used, of course, on the skin alcohol-based markers, because I can do it with the single-sided paper. But and I also had a bit of bleed-through, I see. But yeah, it's a single-paged book, so it's not as bad as in a double-paged book, of course. So very happy with this one. Really like that. Another picture that took me ages. Also a whip from February, I think. And it was my witch. And really, it took so much time to color in all that red. Possibly because it was only red and I was so sick of it. Of course, there was also a lot of gray, but the red was the final thing. Oops, and I forgot to color a part. Yeah, I forgot to color in this thing. Yeah, you didn't see that. But I was so fed up with all the red stuff going on. Yeah, going to make sure that the stickles are visible. I hope they will, yes. It also depends on the type of color of stickles that you are using, I think. If they show up more or less than on another page. So, but she has some in her blouse and on the little border here. But I really like how her hair and her skin turned out, especially her hair. The color combo is also, yeah, something I like, but to color only one single color, it's sometimes so difficult. It's yeah, I really wanted it to be ended, and yeah, but it's done, and I'm very proud of how it looks. And did I forgot to do the star as well, or not? Yes, I forgot the star. That would be a glittery star. Oh well, yeah. A half finished page there. Yeah, sometimes it happens a lot, that I discover a small area after that I think that I finished it, and yeah, and now I just haven't noticed it, so it's only now that I'm seeing it. But oh well. The next one is the Tales from the Forest Kingdom by Hannah Carlson, another book of which the paper is disappointing for me, unfortunately. It crumbles like crazy. It because it has been lying between other books, it is fairly okay, but it's still quite crackly. And it was when I first did the background, and you know that most of the time I always start with my backgrounds, the paper was really standing like this. It was, whoa, I've never experienced it so bad in a book, and it really was standing up. But lucky enough, if you put it between other thick books, it flattens again. But yeah, at the beginning it was a bit of a hassle. So I decided to color in the troll lady. I think it's a lady. So I thought it would be nice to give her a purple outfit with some brown trousers, because yeah, in the woods it can be a bit cold on your legs as well. It would have been more nice if she had a t-shirt or something with a long sleeve also to protect her arms, but maybe she has warm enough on these areas. But yeah, I really liked working on this one. I've used quite some glitter and shiny stuff on this one as well as for the rest of my pages. You know me, glitter and shimmer is my jam in coloring. So we have the puddle of water here and some glittery rocks, the raindrops, and then of course in between the raindrops a lot of glitter to give it a special effect. Sorry for that bump again. And of course a glittery nose ring and glittery jewelry. So it was a real how do you call it, a real task to color it while the paper wasn't as flat as I wanted, but I didn't want to leave it too long aside because maybe I would lose interest, and I had quite a good picture in mind what I wanted to do with it. So I must say I started out my background only with gray and green, I think, but it was a bit dull, and so I decided to add some reddish brownish colors in to make it more of a threatening sky. And yeah, I really like how it turned out, and that's the important thing. Despite being the paper not my favorite, I'm very happy with how it turned out, and I hope you do too. Okay, after some big projects with all the flowers and all the reds and everything else, I decided to grab a little booklet. So it was the portraits one by Disney, and I've colored in, I've forgotten her name already, this little girl. I've even forgotten the film, Wreck-It Ralph, I think. I've never seen that film, but she's from that movie. Sorry, that was another bump. The legs of my tripod are in my moving area, so I'm going to lift her up a little bit. So that's how she's looking, and I decided to use glitter gel pens to go over all the details that were on the page. At first I was thinking about using metallic paint, but I've used that on her hair for the little candy parts, and it wasn't really shiny. It's also some metallic paint here in her hair, but it's not shiny. Maybe it's the paper, I don't know. I don't remember which brand I've used, but I didn't want to color all these little details anymore with paint or fill them in with paint, and so that's why I've chosen glitter gel pen. And I like how that the effect if you move the page. And that was a very quick one to do. I think it took me 2 evenings or something like that. So yeah, a very happy little girl, but I've forgotten her name. Next up we have something in Cute and Creepy by Camilla Derrico. And it's also a bit a link to Disney. And it's this page. This started out quite awful, I must say. I've used the Distress Oxide inks, but I had an awful color combination, so I had to throw everything what I had in mind on this page to save it, and now I really like the background. At first I also didn't want to color in all these little flower things, so I've decided to stamp golden ink on top of the distress ink, and because I was also using water, these ink parts turned white, because oxide ink gives some droplets effect if you leave droplets drying on it, but if you use it otherwise it can also become a bit grayish. So, and that's what you are seeing. After the gold paint, totally at the last, that was the last detail that I did, I've added some red stickles all over my page, so it's really shiny and shimmery. It's more shiny in real life than on video, but I hope you can see it. And my camera is falling a bit. The tripod was a bit out of center, and I hope it's quite visible. I'm going to refocus. I've used some stickles on my flower, and then I went over it with glossy accents. So I really like how that turned out. And the rest of the page, of course, he has some glittery shoes. And the rest of the page is done with different mediums. For the beast, I've used, for his fur, Albrecht Dürer pencils. Went on top with the Albrecht Dürers as well, but dry. I didn't activate them. She was colored with, I think, Caran d'Ache Luminance pencils. The skin as well, her skin as well. And yeah, it was, when I first started the background, and I was thinking, oh no, what have I done? But now it's spectacular looking, and yeah, I always try to fix a background when I'm not happy, and I think I've succeeded, and I really like these pinkish areas. It was, I think, a kind of a reddish ink or an orangey ink, but it turned out a bit reddish. So I hope you don't hear my washing machine. So that was that one. And to conclude this month of coloring, I did it was ages ago since I've colored in the Mouse Guard coloring book, and I decided to do one as a last one, and it was done in one day because I used water-based media, and it's this page. A bit disappointed for my background. I wish I had used some light blue instead of yellow, but oh well. All the other details are fairly okay. My little froggy has a lot of stickles going on, and I went with my shimmery stickle trick again on top of the branches and in the sky. And the stuff that my mouse is carrying on his back is also a different color of glitter. So it was really nice, and everything is done with Inktense except for the fur for this little man, that is Prismacolor, and the shading on top of the Inktense is done with the Castle Art Supplies Prismacolor. Did I use another brand? I don't think so. It was fairly limited, but it was super quickly, and I think I've managed to make them look quite cute. And then yeah, all the glitter, it's giving the yellow sky a bit more magic, so I can totally live with that. So fairly happy with this one. So, and that was it for this month. I still have to think what I want to color in the next month. Sometimes I have quite good ideas for the artists that I want to choose a book from, but now nothing. There's no particular Clara Markova page that I'm fancying right now, although I really adore her books. But yeah, I think I need a Clara break or something. Not sure. Sometimes it can happen that you think I've colored enough for a while, and then after some time it's easy to step back in. Just like in this book, I did do some other pages in this one as well, and it has been quite a while, so 2017 and 2018 this one, and now I've returned to this book because I don't think I did any other ones. No. Oh yes, I did do another one, but it's also been 2017, 2019, 3 years ago, so 2022. So yeah, it can happen, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye for now. I hope you've liked my little collection of finished pages for this month. I hope you all had some nice coloring done as well. Don't worry if you're not feeling it right now, or it's happening with me quite frequently as well. So just relax, do something else if you want to, and I'm sure the love of coloring will come back. It always returns with me as well. So if you want to ask something, just leave a comment down below. I'm always super happy with all the lovely comments that I'm getting on my videos. I have a wonderful audience. Really appreciate you all. It really warms my heart seeing such lovely messages, and they encourage me to keep on coloring. It really helps if I read my comments and I try to reply as quickly as I can. And it's always it's giving a boost to dive into a book and to color again, so that I can show another page the month following one of my videos. And yeah, it's really super nice. So thank you all very much. And now I'm going to wish you a very lovely day, happy coloring, and I hope I will see you soon on a new video. Take care, everybody. Bye.